So here on today's show, we're gonna do things a little bit different. Typically, we're either wrenching or talking or doing something like that. But today, we're actually going to kind of do almost like a podcast, but you can see us.
Today we're going to talk about JDM wheels.
And today's segment is something I'm gonna call the over-under. Now, this has nothing to do with gambling. In fact, all we're doing is rating wheels and whether they're underrated or overrated. And before we even get there, we just want to make sure you guys understand none of this is hate. There's no hate going on here. This is just personal opinion.
Yep, that's my preference. That's his preference. So we're not going to hate on nobody.
So yeah, there's no right, there's no wrong. But if you disagree with me, you're pretty much wrong. No offense. So without further ado, let's get into it.
All right.
She a rock star with the fans on her feet, got the whole Tennessee, and she on up on me now. I shot with the plan for the team, now it's everything it seems. Yeah, I'm living in a freestyle. I'm a pop off.
So today we're going to be talking about some JDM wheels. Wheels can be a very controversial topic. And today we're going to talk about, some of your guys' most favorite wheels and kind of just present our opinion on it. Like I said, my opinion's right, your opinion's wrong, but
no.
Without further ado, what do we got first, bro?
All right, first, you guys guessed it. It's TE37s. To me, TE37s are the most iconic JDM wheels. And if you go to car meet, you will see few cars running TE37s.
Yeah, you'll see all the cars running TE37s. Pretty much, you'll see them on literally every kind of car, despite the fact that, in my opinion, which is correct, they don't really flow with a whole lot of body style. So to me, the TE37, it does have a timeless look. I will give it that. It's timeless.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But the angles and the curves and all that, it only really goes well on a few cars. You can't just slap it on everything, although literally everyone does, and they say it's super rare, and I'm just like, hey, what kind of wheels are those? And they're like, these are TE37s, and I'm just like, oh, which TE37s? And they're like, they're TE3717 PP double 11s, and I'm just like, they all look the same. It looks just like the other set of TE37s, but they're like, these are super
you
rare.
Good?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But anyway, to me, these wheels either look good on something really boxy or something very curvy. So for me, I think the TE37 is the perfect wheel for the Mark IV Supra only. I really don't see them looking that great on anything else.
All right.
What do you think?
Well, I think they look good on newer models. I would say GR Supra, they look good on Supras.
Okay, and for that, I will disagree. But I think one thing we can both agree on is that the TE37, as rare as it is the most common wheel you see at any parking lot party, anything.
That is true.
And that's probably for good reason, because a lot of people like them. I just don't. Shout out Mac and Industries, no shade on those dudes. They're pretty dope people. It's just, this one is, ain't it, Jack? So, count of three, what do we think? 3, 2, 1, overrated. See, you're correct this time.
Right.
I'm proud of you.
Well, I was correct first, and you kind of took over.
I mean, we could rewind it, but I'm pretty sure I said it first. So. Up next is the Work VSXX.
Work VSXX. To me, I don't know how I feel about that. I need to see a little bit more depth. It's still pretty flat. I like the mesh kind of designs, but it's not timeless to me.
So yeah, I agree on that. It's a very cool design. I think
It really is.
It definitely shows its age. It's again, it kind of has more. The actual wheel face kind of has more of a convex kind of look to it, and for me, that's not really something that I'm personally crazy about. And they do look good on a lot of cars, just, from what I'm seeing on here. The Work VSXX, if you want the period correct JDM guys, this is the wheel to have. But
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
For me, it's not it. I don't know. There's just something that.
Well, to me, it looks good on Subis. And I like curves. Like, you can probably see I have RX-7, I have Miata. It's like, it all have like little curves.
Yeah.
I need a little bit more shape to it.
Ooh.
All right, let's.
So 3, 2, 1. Is this an overrated or underrated wheel? 3, 2, 1.
Overrated.
Underrated.
Really?
I say underrated, although I just like crapped on the wheel for a few minutes. I say underrated because it does look good. It does serve a purpose. It just is a little bit out of its time zone. What's next?
Work CR Kiwami wheels.
So the CR Kiwami. So the CR line is I don't know. So I like the CR wheels, but I would never buy them. Like, I like looking at them, but I like never buy them. I'll never forget my first time seeing a set of Working Motion CR Kiwamis was in Japan. I was going to Stark. I think I was looking for like valve stems or tires.
No, you were looking to get alignment.
Oh, yeah.
They quoted like 1,500 for a Miata.
Yeah, if you want to make some money while living in Japan, go to Okinawa, Japan, and do reasonably priced alignments. I think you will have a great customer base. But after being quoted almost $1,000 for a Miata to do an alignment, I started looking at the wheels and I saw the Working Motion CR Kiwamis. So they had them next to the 2-piece ones. I don't think they're 3-piece Kiwamis, maybe or CRs. Maybe I'm really not big on work, but just initially looking at them on the internet, it really doesn't do them justice because I'm like, that's kind of a flat, just regular old stock wheel. It looks like a stock wheel, but in person, they were so concave, and especially when you have them in white, I feel like the CR Kiwami is a wheel that could literally go on anything, and it's not so technical looking. It would look in place on a racetrack. It would look in place on a drift car. It would look in place on a show car. So that is my opinion of the Work Emotion CR Kiwami. I mean, I'm not a work hater or anything. I actually do like the Work Emotions, but yeah, what do you think? I kind of talked them boys up, huh?
I think I like the skinny spokes. It looks, in my opinion, it looks better than like 5-spoke, 6-spoke, like those ones.
You like the classic 10-spoke.
Yeah. It looks really pretty on certain cars. I don't know if I would put on my RX-7 or Miata, TBH, but I think those are really pretty.
So on the count of 3, we're gonna call these under or overrated. 3, 2, 1. Underrated. I agree.
Oh, hell yeah.
Although I can't think of any car I would actually put them on. I like looking at them in person. You know, they can't go on any of my cars, none of your cars. But it's a cool wheel.
It really is.
Right.
Maybe MR2.
I can see them on the MR2. Yeah, for sure. All right, so what do we got next?
All right, it's another Work wheels. Work Meister. I really cannot talk. Work Meister S1 wheels. Okay, no hate. There's no hate. But to me, my personal opinion, it looks like stock K-car wheels.
Yo.
You can't unsee that, right?
Oh.
Yeah. It's basic. Really basic. It doesn't have any depth. It just looks...
Bro, you just ruined this wheel for me.
I am so sorry.
This looks like the basic K-car special, but it's a 3-piece.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I recall correctly, in Japan, you see a lot of K-cars with this on them, right?
Right. Yeah, these will look really good on Honda Fit or
actually.
Life, all those K cars. If you wanna, dump it, just wheels. Go ahead, like K car wheels.
Before you just ruined this wheel for me, I thought I've always kind of dug the Meister S1s, especially when you see them with insane lips. I'm talking, 4 or 5 inch lips, insane offsets on wide body S13s or the wide body FDs where, it's got the over fenders. It just looks really plain, like simple, understated. It kind of looks like, it's like you see these on cars, like beautiful builds, and it seems like the wheels were just an afterthought. Like usually a car, like everything's kind of glued together, but this is usually like that big place taker wheel. Like I don't really know what would go well on these. You know, just throw some Meister S1s on there and it'll look good enough, you know?
My DM is gonna be flooded because...
Well, hopefully the comments are flooded, because if you guys take the time, like, comment, subscribe,
share,
you can crap on my taste. It just helps the algorithm, and hopefully it leads to me getting a paid salary, because clearly I'm better at this. So what?
It's my channel. You're just a guest. You're just a guest, baby. No.
So on the count of 3, are we gonna call these underrated or overrated?
All right,
3, 2, 1.
Overrated.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
I agree. The Meister S1s are K-car wheels. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. So what do we got next?
Next one.
Mmm.
It's Desmond Regamaster.
So can I go first?
Go ahead.
So I just want to go out there and say, with the Regamasters, the wheel is not nearly as bad as the fanboys. So like, if you look at the wheel, it's pretty simple.
It's actually really simple.
It's super simple.
Really, really simple.
I'm not interested in it at all. Like, I have zero interest in this two-dimensional, no lip, really. I mean, it's got kind of some of them.
Kinda.
Some of the Evos have like a lip.
But it's still like flat. It doesn't have like.
Yeah.
I need that.
It reminds me, like, I remember like in pre-2010, the Rota slips were like a big thing, and of course I just said Rota, so people are gonna be in the comments, but we didn't know any better. Like in high school, we were just like, okay, this is a cool wheel. A lot of people like those for the Hondas, but now that I'm seeing the Desmond Regamaster is the real wheel version of these, it really doesn't do anything for me, except maybe on an Evo 8. I kind of like it on the Evo.
It kind of looks good on Honda Civic.
And Honda Civics, but
it's really, yeah.
But overall,
to me, it looks like a starfish. It has like a,
I'm definitely getting Patrick Star vibes.
Yeah,
this,
like.
Yo, now that you say that though, I would buy these, powder coat them pink.
No.
Put eyes on them and shorts. Imagine this.
Oh.
Yes.
No.
Yes. The Desmond Regamaster Evo Patrick Stars. If you know somebody with them, let me know. If you work for Desmond or whoever makes Regamaster, I really don't know about wheels. Tell them to hit me up. Maybe 3, 2, 1. Overrated. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
I don't see myself buying one of these.
Wouldn't even consider it. Wouldn't even be an option for me.
All right, the next one is NK RPF1s. I personally like them. I think this is really, really, really entry level, like really nice wheels.
Yeah, so like you said, entry level. I think this is a very good entry level real wheel. It's got the looks, and to be honest, the RPF1 can go on literally any car. JDM, USDM, Europe DM, whatever that is. I don't know. I don't do it. But I remember even seeing these on Formula One cars. I mean, obviously not in the trim that you have or that me and you can buy, but you know, like the small Formula One, you know, cars that are on slicks with RPF1s, and I think it looks really, really good. Like it's a timeless design. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
And what's most important to me is the RPF1 looks like a purpose-built wheel, but it also has enough flair to it where, you know, you can have a little clout with it. Not a whole lot, because people know how much they cost, and that seems to be more important than anything nowadays. But it's got a nice a little bit of flair, and it's lightweight, looks good. What are we thinking?
Oh, what the hell?
Okay.
Usually I don't really like, you know, kind of flat looking wheels.
Mm-hmm.
But those ones I really like. I think these will look good on my Miata. I think these will look good on S chassis.
I think they look straight on the FD.
You think so?
I mean, obviously not as good as the wheels that are on it now.
I like the mesh look, you know, on FDs.
But,
these are really pretty. And I will buy them.
3, 2, 1. Underrated.
Yeah, I want to see more of these.
I would love to see more of these. Although you already see plenty, I think more would be better. For
Yeah,
this week.
yeah.
Definitely.
100%. I love them. Hey, we have Advent wheels.
Which one?
All of them actually, because they all look the same to me. Don't come at me. Do not come at me. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest with you guys.
Same, bro. So again, kind of like the TE37, dudes and the Regular Masters, anyone who owns Advan wheels are incredibly defensive about them. However, when I look at any of the Advans, so what do we got? The GT Beyond and the
GT Premium.
GT Premium. They all look the same to me. It kind of looks like whenever you're playing a car video game, again, you're playing a video game and then it allows you to unlock certain like modifications. All the Advan wheels look like the first level of wheels that you don't really want, but I mean, obviously you need the style points, so you buy them. I mean, again, no offense to anyone who likes the Advan or anything like that. Just for me, they don't say anything. Like, you know, a lot of wheels, a lot of aesthetic parts especially will speak to you. These don't say anything. These are...
well,
I don't know.
I think these are timeless. I will give it.
Okay, continue. Explain to me, please.
Oh my, okay. So, these will look good on newer cars or like JDM Legend cars. I think these are, what?
I think what you're saying, I see what you're saying, because like at SEMA, for example, or even at your old job, like HKS put these on the Supra and all that, and it looked like it belonged. However, I will say it is timeless in the fact that it looks like it could be a stock wheel for any car. Like, no offense, that I see what you're saying, and to me it's like, oh, that could be a stock wheel. Yeah, that could be a factory wheel.
Whoa, we gonna get canceled.
Please don't. To me, these just don't say anything. They don't speak any language. They're just clout.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what people are after. If you're after clout, no offense.
Yeah.
That's what you like. Do your thing, you know?
I agree.
Count of three. What are we calling this bad boy? 3, 2, 1. Overrated.
Why are we okay?
Overrated. Well, probably because you learn most of your knowledge from moi.
True.
So we probably have similar taste.
Okay.
But I think these are overrated. I don't like any of them.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Don't get you wrong. What kind of show is this?
Don't get me wrong. I think these wheels are pretty, but I would not pay that much money for a set.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel that. And I hear they're lightweight, so people probably like that. The guys who don't track their cars are in the comments like, but it's so lightweight, bro. Seconds off, bro. You drive to McDonald's and back on R888s.
Yes.
It's fun. Up next, we got the SSR Professor MS1s, aka the work VSXX reps. I'm kidding. We're definitely gonna get canceled. No one likes me. I feel like anyone who did like me or was on the fence, like, I don't like that dude. Yeah. So what do you think about the Professor MS1s?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. These are nothing special to me. It just looks basic, doesn't have any depth. It's just flat looking mesh.
To me, it looks unfinished. You know, it looks like someone drew it out, just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and they just left it. But they produced it, and
it's pretty famous.
Honestly, yeah, at least with the VSXX, you know, at the end of the spokes, it kind of spokes off into like another set of mesh spokes, the triangles here. On these, it's just like, nope, straight out. It's like if an RPF1 made out with, or made children with a VSXX, and they look good separately, but in this kind of like hybrid mode or whatever you want to call it, it's just nothing special. It's not ugly, it's just nothing at all special, in my correct opinion.
Yeah, since these are pretty flat wheels, I think it will look good on like a cambered, you know, it adds a little bit of dimension. I think those will look really good on like 90s car, even like a original GTRs. What do you think?
Yeah, I can actually see that.
Yeah,
I can agree on that. I feel like a lot of Volkswagen and Euro guys would probably like these too. So on the count of 3, what are we gonna call these? 1, 2, 3. This is underrated. No, yeah, I meant that. I meant over. Wouldn't even consider buying these.
But again, we're not wheel people, so
not at all. Not even a little bit. Tire people, I like tires. Wheels, couldn't care as long as they fit the tires.
We actually have like BBS wheels in our garage.
We have two sets of BBSs.
True.
One set of Inkies.
Yeah.
Up next, we got the 326 Power Yaba King Mesh Uchino wheel. A lot of people have been pointing this wheel out lately, and I get it. But should I go first, or would you like to hit this one?
I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The 326 Power Yaba King Mesh Uchino looks like unseasoned chicken to me. And I'd say that with the utmost respect, like respectfully. And there's nothing wrong with unseasoned chicken. Some of the most beautiful people on the planet, bodybuilders, they love unseasoned chicken. It's a staple of their diet. It still provides all the nutrition and performance and blah, 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 but it's just not good.
No,
so that is kind of how I feel about the Yaba King Uchino Mesh wheel.
To me, they did it too much. They just, I don't like them.
Yeah, so for me, if you kind of look closely at it,
yeah,
it's got.
It's definitely stance wheels.
It's definitely a stance wheel. I don't know the weight specs or anything like that, but when I look at this wheel, I'm just like, you see where the diamonds are close to the center face. You know, you could have cut that out. Like, not cutting that out seems like a lack of effort to me. Although that is the original design idea, it just seems lazy and unseasoned to me. And then the recessed center cap, like kind of how it's pushed in, it makes it look like there's something missing, like there's a void in the middle, in my correct opinion. So for me, I would much rather go with something like the ESR Forged ES3. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be in the comments really upset by that. But that's a wheel that's similar to this one, except there's this concave. It doesn't have the deep face. The diamonds are cut out. It just looks good. In fact, I don't know if you're gonna do editing magic, but if you put them up to each other, like next to each other on the screen, boop, 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 it looks different. Like,
it actually does look different.
And I just can't do the 326. I think I would have loved the 326 Power Yaba King Mesh Uchino had I never seen the ESR ES3, but I just can't do them now.
The face is too flat for me, and you know what I'm saying?
But you're Asian. Just kidding.
Well, you're gonna get canceled. No, you're gonna get canceled. I am going to be okay. But yeah, those are definitely stance wheel, and I mean, it looks good on certain cars, but not my style at all.
Nah, same. So 3, 2, 1. Overrated. I just don't. If you are Japanese, and I don't mean like one of those American meat riders who's just like, oh, but this is the best brand because of this. If you're Japanese and you actually know something about 326 Power, please let us know in the comments, because I do not understand why this brand has built such a following.
Big, stance wheels, like
back in the day,
4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago.
I just don't get it.
Next we have Work Equip 03. This wheel is definitely period correct, but I will never buy them.
I'm in the same boat. Timeless is not a word I would use to describe the Work Equip 03s. I would say definitely period correct, and they're definitely made for certain boxy vehicles. So
S chassis.
S13 specifically.
Okay.
And it would have to be the Sylvia, the one with the ugly front. We can't say that. I will definitely get canceled. The one that does not have pop-up lights.
Yeah.
So that one, the Hachiroku, the
original
CRX,
original Skyline.
the old Skylines.
Really good on these.
It looks good on those, and I've always looked at the Work Equip 03s, and I've always just loved them. I'm like, man, that is cool. It's literally a masterpiece, but I would never put it on anything I own, and I can't really explain that to me.
It's a work of art.
Absolutely. To me, this is the best wheel to come out of the 80s, 90s JDM era, hands down. But it's not to say, like, I would buy these and put them on all my cars. I would literally not put them on anything, but I love them.
Yeah.
Do you kind of get what I'm saying? Does it kind of make sense?
Yeah, these are pretty good on, I would say AE86, CRX.
For our supercar guys out there, so I like supers and exotics and fast stuff. It would be like the Pagani Huayra. That car is really interesting. It's super ugly, but it's also beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But if I had the money, I certainly wouldn't buy it, but I enjoy looking at it. Does that kind of make more sense?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Underrated.
Okay. We got one more, and it is
Heritage Hokkaido wheels.
the directional one specifically. Start, fam.
I mean, it's different. I like that little, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really cool to me. And I will run them on my Miata. It's actually kind of my dream wheels for Miata.
Yeah.
I think these will look...
But initially, I was kind of against Heritage after seeing the Kokoro. I'm like, what? That is not it. But then she put me on to the Heritage Hokkaido. The regular Hokkaidos are, to me, but the directional, I don't know. It's something about that little twist that they put on it that just made this wheel look insane. It has this classic look while at the same time looking super futuristic, but somehow not looking current, if that makes sense. Like, it looks like something that could be far in the future or something far in the past, but not quite current. And because of that, it kind of just rides no matter what you put it on.
Yeah.
I could see it on the Miata. I don't know what your wheel cost and vehicle cost would be at that point, and I pray you would put it on some good tires.
I like what I like.
I personally love this wheel. This is, for me...
To me, the center cap.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like whoever designed this went deep in thought.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. I love this wheel. This was a great wheel to end this thing up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you thinking?
Should I count down?
Yeah, go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Underrated. I think I've only seen one set of these and it was on an S2000. We know you S2000 boys got money. Everybody else, not so much. But eventually when I get my money up, I will put these on my Cummins. Yo, Heritage.
No!
Heritage. I don't know if you guys are on there. If you guys want to make this in an 8x6.5 and give me an employee discount, bang my line,
You
bro.
don't work there.
Bang my line, because I would love to have these.
But I like them. I actually really, really like them. So yeah, I will definitely buy them. What do you think? I think those will look sick on my Miata.
I think it would look sick on the Miata. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed content like this, and obviously you enjoy me being on this channel because, you know, obviously.
Hope he gets canceled.
Let us know in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe. I can't guarantee I'll be on another episode after this, especially after my performance being so great. And especially if you guys cancel me, then I definitely won't be back. But do all the Japanese bye-bye stuff.
All right. I'll see you in the next one. Mata ne! 転べやしないこのフライデーゲームすぐさまどっかに飛んでけよバカじゃなきゃ言いつけるぞ宮城マママイプレイリストは